So, people struggling with addictions. This is an idea that the Lord put into my mind today. So I'm just going to brainstorm a little bit of that. So, Atomic Habits, there's a book on that. I haven't read the book, but I think the general idea of the book, from what I've heard from other people, is the concept is so you start doing something, a habit, and then the habit grows. The more you're doing it, the more it grows. Over the days, it becomes easier to do. You see more progress as you do it. It becomes easier. You learn more. You grow in that regard, in whatever habit you're participating in. So the idea is people who are struggling with addictions nowadays, pornography addiction, I'm assuming other addictions as well, but specifically this one is one I deal with personally. I think the idea is you need to start. You need to start trying to fix the problem. You need to start trying to improve by doing things like the usual suggestions people have online for overcoming this sort of thing is like, abstain from watching it for one day, a week. The whole trend of no is a month, like no November is 1 month, it's 30 days. To abstain from watching pornography for 30 days, that sort of thing. So the idea is when you try to improve, your brain rewires and you get better at doing the thing you're trying to do. And I see an issue, and I struggle with it as well, where people are frustrated, where they feel like they keep failing and they keep shaming themselves and they keep going back to these addictions. But I think there's a flaw in that, because the shame and the despair you feel, it fuels the addiction itself, and it makes you cave even more. It's this weird relationship to where you can't break free from it in this way, because when you fail, which you inevitably you will, everyone would who deals with this sort of thing on this type of level. So the problem is your personality type, or your predisposition, whatever it would be. You're predisposed into these shameful thoughts where you shame yourself and you despair. But you need to not do that to yourself. You need to realize that you're not worse than somebody else. Everybody else would struggle as much as you are struggling. Everyone else would. But there was a point that I was trying to make here, and what was it? I kind of went on a tangent there, and I lost the main focus of this. So the shame... okay. The shame isn't right, because as you are doing these things to improve, you are getting better. You are improving. Your brain is changing. The chemistry, the pathways in your brain are changing just by simply trying. Trying is the process of getting better. So when you stop trying, that is the only moment where you truly should despair or feel shame that you failed, is when you stop trying. So as long as you are always perpetually, for the rest of your life, people deal with these sorts of things. Like, these are the core problems of everyone's life, is dealing with some form of crutch, some form of temptation, some form of sin, some form of struggle that they cannot escape from. This is the struggle of your lifetime. And to try to change that, to try to fix that entirely in a day, in a week, in a month, in a year, is not realistic at all. But you shouldn't despair over that, because you can easily get out of it. You can easily fix it and improve it if you just stop perpetuating that cycle of shame, because you aren't doing anything wrong. You shouldn't feel the shame that you're experiencing. You are doing good. You are doing a good job just by trying, by waking up and just doing a simple thing that maybe you saw on a video, maybe you read in a book, like, oh, I'll try this thing today. Maybe this will help me out. You trying to do that thing, that is the process of getting better, that thing, that trying, because that changes and that develops your brain in this way that you are trying to change in. And to do that a little bit each day, a little bit each week, a little bit each month, to see what's working and continue to do that, that is the entire process. And you are getting better. You are getting better by trying. You're not going to fix this in a day. And you shouldn't ever think that you need to. Nobody could do that. So I'm just going to go over some of these things I wrote down to see if there's anything I missed here. So simply just start trying to fix this. Just start trying to do something. And that habit and that process of trying is improvement. That process of trying is the improvement that is actually changing you, that is actually changing your brain. The process of trying is making you better. You are getting better at whatever you're trying to get better at, whatever you're trying to fix. You are doing that by trying. So you should feel good. You should feel good about yourself for simply trying. That's it. You should feel good, like you are in the right direction. You are going the right direction by simply trying. It's not going to come all at once. Small incremental improvements and changes, they build up over time. Changing the habits that you formed from addiction takes time. If you are in the mindset of trying to learn and to improve no matter what, over time you will improve it. If you are simply even trying to fix it, then you are doing a good job. You are improving. It just takes a small spark that is going to grow larger and larger. Do not despair. Do not shame yourself. This is a battle that everyone is fighting to some degree or another. These are the types of things that us as people have, that we spend our entire lives dealing with. Stop shaming yourself and stop trying to get the absolute end results attained in a day. Get better at it today, and that will be what sparks your exponential growth for tomorrow. First, you will struggle to complete a week. Then you will struggle to complete 2 weeks. But in this struggle is the growth. Your brain will change. You are getting better by struggling. Simply by struggling. And a point on that, simply by struggling, you are getting better. You need to reinforce that mindset by trying every day. The things you are doing that you feel like you're failing, like you're trying, attempts of trying are failing, those attempts of you trying are your successes. Those things you're doing, like, oh, I'll try this, let's see if this works. You doing those things are your successes. You need to get yourself in a mindset to where that positively reinforces you. That gives you positive emotion, like, you did a good job by trying. You're on the right path. You should feel a kick. You should feel a kick in your system, in your brain, like, oh, this is good. I'm doing a good job. I did a good job today by trying something, anything at all. I did a good job today. You should feel proud of yourself. You should feel proud of yourself for trying. The last thing I have here is stop trying to force yourself to the end. That can't be done. Forcing yourself to the end can't be done. So it's no use, and it's illogical to shame yourself for that and to despair over that. The victory that you should be feeling proud of yourself for is trying. All right, that's it.